So here we are in the lab again, and I just wanted to give an update on the project because it's been a while since the last video. And there's been some issues. I've learned a lot, and this project has changed somewhat. And so, one of the reasons it's been so long is because I've been bogged down on some other project stuff and making other videos. But uh, I've done a lot in the background on this. So originally it was supposed to be replace your hard disk um, with an SD card. Well, one that sounded great at first, but then as I did more research, it's like that's not going to work because um, the excessive reading and writing that a normal hard drive does is not good for an SD card. So when you have an SD drive, a regular SD type hard disk, it has special firmware and a controller inside that guarantees that it doesn't read and write a lot of times to the same memory location, which can damage it. And so it spreads it out. It's a really complicated thing. And so I thought, well, let's just take a standard SD drive like that and we'll just stick it in the retro computer. Nah, that doesn't work either because to convert SATA to regular IDE, that's just like that. It's just not gonna be feasible for that. I mean, you could, but it's a long, hard process, and SD or SATA is a lot different protocol than IDE was. And so that was out. So then I got thinking, well, and I didn't know about compact flash at the time. I don't really pay attention to that kind of thing, I guess. But so it turns out that there's these things called compact flash. And I don't know, the light's a little bright on that. See if I can do it like this. Anyway, let's get it upside right, like this. That's what it's supposed to be. Let me turn off this light here. That's not too bad. So this is a compact flash, and it is identical to an IDE hard drive, but it's flash. So you can just plug and play this thing in. So if you buy this, it's just a cheap little adapter, a CF card to an IDE adapter, and then the card just plugs in like that, and then your IDE plugs in right here. And presto, you have a solid state hard drive for your retro computer. It's that simple. And it's like relatively cheap. Depends on how big a one you got. So then the only trick is, and it ain't really a trick, it's just you have to set up your CMOS to do the cylinders and heads and stuff. So like my computer is a 386SX from 1993. So the BIOS can't go more than 500 megabyte hard disk. But you can partition a bunch of 500 megabyte disks in here. But you got to play with the tracks and the sectors to get what you want. Right now, I just did a quick one, and I just got, I think it's like 250 or something megabyte right now. So I'm wasting a lot of space, but it works great, and this is the way to go. So this is what we're going to do for the hard disk. But I also want to replace the floppy drive. Now the floppy drive, the hard disk is basically just directly from the ISA bus of the computer. It just shoots right up into here, almost direct. You just have some decoding for the memory location, and it's just straight up in there. So this has a controller inside, just like your hard drive. And so I have an old controller here, and basically from this side right here, it's just some buffers, and it just comes directly off the bus. and it just shoots up here, and I robbed the connector off of here, but this is the IDE connector. And it just shoots straight up through some buffers and right into your hard disk. So that's really easy. So I started experimenting, and I got a prototype card. And so this is what I got, and this is what I'm working on. And so everything is good. It works, except it doesn't work. So, and there's a lot of wires. That could be the issue. But if I put it in there in the computer and I read and write through debug to all of these, you know, through all the buffers and stuff, it appears to work great. The scope, everything seems to see that it works great. But when I try to just boot up to the flash, no good. It just doesn't work. And so there's some subtle thing that I'm missing. It could be timing, because these wires, I mean, I'm coming across the board quite a bit here, and I'm doing a lot through buffers and doing a lot of stuff. And so that could be a timing issue. So basically what my idea is, so this is going to be your hard disk right here. And so then you need the floppy disk. So I have this over here, which is a microcontroller. And then I'm just going to use an SD card or something of that nature to behave as the floppy. Now we can use flash memory, or you can even use non-volatile SRAM maybe. There's options that we can do, but that's where I'm at on it. I got this much done and it doesn't work. Which, I mean, it does. It works, but there's something very minute that's going on here that won't allow it to boot up right. So I'm going to work on that. So I'm on this video, I just want to show you how easy it is to convert your old retro failing beat up Western Digital Caviar, whatever it is, hard disk with one of these guys right here. It is really easy. So let's go over to the computer and I'll just show you how easy it really is. All right, so the first thing we want to do is just to click this thing off here. That's the amazing thing about Windows 3.1. You don't even have to shut it down. You can just turn it off. The good old days. Okay, so then the next thing that you want to do, or the first thing that you want to do, is you want to take your adapter and then you want to put your new flash card in there like that. Make sure it's in good. And then you want to set it up as a slave, just like the old days with your hard drive. So you want to pull that off, move it down there like that. And then you just want to plug it in to your ribbon cable, just like any old IDE hard drive. So basically, you just treat this as an IDE hard drive. And this has the floppy style power connector on it. You just click that in there. All right. And then we can turn it on. And then we'll have to go. All right. So once we're in our CMOS, then it's just under the regular standard CMOS. All right. So drive C is our old hard drive. So mine's the 250 megabyte hard drive. So we want to go down here and install our other one. So we want to go page up. User type 47. That's the one where you type in your settings. So we'll go with the maximum, which is 1024, and the head is 16. And so this comes out to be 504 megabytes. Although you'll see it doesn't quite work that way. So you'll have to play with these to get what you want. But I'm just showing you how to get it going to begin with. All right, so we got that. Okay, so then escape F10 to save. Yes. Confirm. All right, so now when we boot up, we should have 2 hard drives. All right, so you see 2 hard disks right here, C and D. All right, so we're booting up on our old beat up retro hard drive. Mine acts like it's trying to fail sometimes, so. All right, so let's clear the screen. And so we just want to go, let's go, we got to run fdisk so that we can format the other card. I think this card's already formatted, but I'll just take you through it. All right, so let's do 4 for display partition information. See what we got. So we got C, current fixed drive is 1. All right. So we want to display, change current fixed disk drive. Let's try that. Huh? All right, so now you see there's C and D. So we will format D. So we're going to change it to 2. All right, so then we want to delete the partition, which if it's blank, you won't have to, it won't have one. And delete the primary DOS partition. All right. All right, and then the partition you want to delete, we'll do that as 2. We don't want to delete our good partition. Well, yeah. All right. Volume label, you can put whatever you want in there. Oh, we have to match the volume label. I messed up. Once you get everything created, and then you can format it. So we want to actually escape out of here. So we should be able to go to D. Whoops, that's not going to work. All right, and there we go. So this is our compact flash drive right here. So I already formatted it before. But that's all there is to it. So now, once you have the system installed, you have to have the system installed. So, no, we just want to do C. All right, so then you just would format it. Format D. And then you definitely want to go /S to get the system on there. All right, and do you want to do it? Yeah, we got to do it. All right, then it can't be unformatted. Oh my goodness. All right, so see, it's showing as 380, even though in the BIOS it said 500. And so you'll have to toy around with the tracks and the sectors and the heads to get what you want. And I haven't had time to do that yet. So even if I'm stuck with the 380, that's bigger than the hard drive I have now, and it's not failing, and it's flash, and it works fast and smooth. I really like it. And it formats pretty fast, really. I mean, considering it's just a 386. And 100%. System transferred, and volume label, just enter for 9 or whatever you want to put in there. But there's our drive. So now we can turn it off. And then, so we don't need, well, you could copy files from your old hard drive on there if you wanted to. So once you do that, then you don't need your old hard drive anymore. So you can unplug everything, and you have to change your jumper back here to master. All right. And then you're ready. So you don't need your old hard drive anymore. And so you can just stick this on the front connector like that. And then we'll get our power on there like that. And then this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take and stick mine up there like that with some sticky tape, double-sided sticky tape. That's all I'm going to do. But you don't want it to touch the metal, so you want to protect it from that. All right, so now if we hit the power, so it's what you're going to have to do here is you got to take the drive D out because it's not going to be there anymore. And so just put it on not installed. Escape, F10, yes. All right. And then it's just like that. And this is, I'm booting up to my regular disk now, my already formatted flash with where I copied all my files on and everything. So it's just like that, and Windows, just like that. And that's another thing I have to fix right there. It's a mouse problem, but it works. Everything works, and I am ready to go. Okay, there you go. So we have replaced our old hard drive with a compact flash, and it is easy. Anybody can do it, and I'm sure you guys are pretty familiar with swapping hard drives and stuff. You can just breeze right through it. I recommend it highly. I love it, and I'm going to stick with mine, and I'll probably get 2 of them in there eventually. So we have almost unlimited storage space for our old retro PCs. And now mine has a Ethernet card, and I'm running Trumpet Windsock, so I can actually get on the internet, and I can still load some sites. Adobe still has a really old site that's still accessible from the setup in, I think it's WSFTP, I believe, in their setup. They have Adobe, and that is still a valid link. Last time I checked. Anyway, I'll keep working on this, and we'll get something made up, and I'll make some more videos. So stay tuned, and I will see you in the next video.